You know, all my friends are toxic, all ambitionless, so rude and always negative.
Hey there, Alan here, and welcome back to our channel. If you're a Twitter fanatic like I am, then you may want to keep watching, for after this video you will become a Twitter pro and get paid for it. Yep, I will teach how to become a social media manager for Twitter and make your feed a whole lot more exciting. You will learn everything from understanding the platform to creating a content calendar to making your audience laugh with humor. So grab a notebook and a pen because you're about to learn more about Twitter than you ever thought possible. So sit back, relax, and let's get started.
Okay, let's go.
Step 1. Become a Twitter pro. Alright folks, let's start by getting to know Twitter like the back of your hand. Not just the basic stuff like tweeting and retweeting, but the advanced stuff too. Like, did you know that you can schedule tweets in advance? Or that you can use Twitter analytics to track your performance and see which tweets are getting the most engagement? It's like having a crystal ball for your tweets, and who doesn't love a good crystal ball? But it's not all about the features, it's also about understanding the culture of Twitter. You see, Twitter is like a giant virtual party, and just like any party, there are certain rules to follow. For example, hashtags are like conversation starters, so use them wisely. And just like at a real party, it's important to know the guest list, so follow influencers and industry leaders in your niche. Also, it's important to keep up with the latest trends and join Twitter chats and communities relevant to your niche. Think of it like keeping up with the latest fashion trends. You don't want to be the one wearing last season's hashtags. Let's not forget about the different types of content that perform well on Twitter. Text-based tweets are like the appetizers, images and videos are like the main course, and polls and live streams are like the dessert. Mix it up and keep your audience guessing. In short, it's all about becoming a Twitter pro, understanding the culture of the platform, staying up to date with the latest features and trends, and experimenting with different types of content to see what resonates best with your audience. And remember, have fun with it. Twitter is a giant virtual party and we're all just here to have a good time. Stay away from the toxic part of it. And man, there's a lot of them.
You know, all my friends are toxic, all ambitionless, so rude and
Step 2. Understand your audience. Now that we've got a handle on Twitter, it's time to focus on the people who will be consuming all that shiny new content we're going to be creating. Understanding your audience is key to being a successful social media manager. After all, you cannot please anyone, but you can please the people who matter. So at first, you need to know who your target demographic is. Are you trying to reach stay-at-home moms, business professionals, teenagers? Once you know who your audience is, you can tailor your content to better suit their interests. Next, take a look at what your audience is already talking about. What are they interested in? What kind of content are they engaging with? By understanding what your audience is already interested in, you can create content that will resonate with them. Also, pay attention to their behavior and habits on Twitter. When are they most active? What days of week do they engage the most? By understanding when your audience is most active, you can schedule your posts to reach them at the best possible time. And lastly, don't be afraid to ask your audience directly what they want to see. Use polls, surveys, and direct messages to get a better understanding of what your audience wants. After all, they're the ones who will be following you, so it's important to keep them happy. Pretty simple, right?
That was easy.
It's all about understanding your audience, their interests, behavior, and habits on Twitter. By understanding your audience, you can create content that will resonate with them and keep them engaged. Now let's move on to the next step and start creating some content. Step 3. Plan ahead with the content calendar. On to some fun. It's time to start planning out your content. And what better way to do that than with a content calendar? Think of it like a map for your tweets. It will keep you on track and make sure you're not just winging it every day. A content calendar is a must-have tool for any social media manager. It helps you plan out your posts, track your progress, and make sure you're always engaging your audience. When creating your content calendar, make sure to mix it up and include different types of content like text-based tweets, images, videos, polls, and live streams. And don't forget to include holidays, special events, and promotions that are relevant to your niche. Just don't include private arrangements. But it's not just about what you post, it's also about how you post it. Crafting the perfect tweet is like a science, and it's not just about using hashtags and mentions. It's about creating an emotional connection with your audience. Use language that evokes emotions, use storytelling, and make your audience laugh, cry, or feel inspired. or angry. Man, that really gets them going.
It's only a game. Why did you care?
Also, make sure to include a mix of evergreen content. Content that is always relevant, and timely content. Content that is relevant to current events. This way, you will have a balance of content that will keep your audience engaged all year round. And remember, a content calendar is not set in stone. Be flexible and adjust it as needed. If something isn't working out, don't be afraid to switch things up. And have fun with it. Be creative and think outside the box. You can really get cooking now.
Move it.
To summarize, a content calendar is a must-have for any social media manager, and it's not just about what you post, but also about how you post it. It helps you plan out your posts, track your progress, and make sure you're always engaging your audience. With a content calendar, you will never run out of things to say on Twitter. Step 4. Get creative with your content. So, we got some next on Twitter. We know our audience, and we have a plan in place with a content calendar. Now, it's time to get creative and make our content stand out. Use humor, memes, and other fun elements to keep your audience engaged. People love to laugh, and a good joke or clever pun can go a long way in making your content more relatable and memorable. And don't be afraid to experiment with different types of content like videos, polls, and live streams. These types of content can help increase engagement and give your audience a different way to interact with your brand. Also, don't be afraid to get personal and share behind-the-scenes content, personal anecdotes, or team member spotlights. This helps humanize your brand and creates a sense of authenticity and relatability with your audience. Hell, record yourself playing a strategy and going nuts over it. That'll get some laughs. And don't forget about the power of visual content. Images and videos are more likely to be shared and engaged with than text-based tweets. So, invest in good quality visual content that represents your brand and resonates with your audience. Now, let's move on to the next step and start engaging with our audience. Phew, that's a fun one.
Yeah, boy.
Say what? That's it. Yep, you made it. A step-by-step guide to becoming a social media manager for Twitter. From understanding the platform to creating a content calendar to engaging with your audience and measuring your success, we've covered it all. But remember, becoming a social media manager is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous process of learning, experimenting, and improving. But don't worry, you do not have to do it alone. I'm here to help, so make sure to subscribe to our channel for more. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of our other videos. We've got everything, from how to become a first-line writer to affiliate marketing. So don't be afraid to experiment, have fun, and most importantly, don't take yourself too seriously. After all, it's just Twitter. Thanks for watching.